It's Tim here, coach of Men Who Want More. Thanks for jumping on and watching, and I appreciate your time. And today I want to talk to you about the number one thing you can do when you're overthinking. Because if you're like me and you're doing a lot and you've got a lot of goals and dreams and aspirations and you're just trying to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life, I know, brother, that sometimes you overthink. Maybe not sometimes, maybe all the fucking time you're overthinking. You're overthinking about what you could be doing, what you should be doing, what you aren't doing, where you're not doing, whatever it is, but you're overthinking. Did you know that we have over 20,000 thoughts per day? Well, the average person does, and I'm sure I can hear what you're saying. You're above average, so you have over 20,000 thoughts per day. And how do we manage those? How do we control those thoughts? How do we start focusing in the direction of what we truly want? So the number one thing that I've come across throughout the years that I wish I knew many years ago when I first started getting into self-development, but I didn't. And now I do, and I want to share that with you. The number one thing that you can do when you're overthinking is to write it out. Get it out of your head, down onto some paper. Not a week goes by that I don't give this basic, simple tool to somebody I'm talking to, whether it's a friend, a family member, a client, it doesn't matter who it is. It's so powerful. Not a week that goes by that I don't use it myself. Because like I said, if you're like me and you're just overthinking at times, there needs to be somewhere to capture it. So I call this a capture list. Capture it. I remember 4 or 5 years ago, I was coaching a great guy, Mike, his name was Mikey. And he texts me one evening and he's just totally overwhelmed with everything. He's just overthinking everything. And he's like, bro, I need to talk. You know, when have you got something free? I didn't have anything available for the next 2 or 3 days. So I said to him, look, give me 30 minutes. I'll call you in 30 minutes. So I'll call him in 30 minutes. And he starts just rambling and going off about everything that he's got so much going on. He doesn't know where to start. And I'll give you the advice that I gave him, which I hope serves you really well. I said, mate, just relax. Take a couple of deep breaths. What I want you to do is to get a pen and paper out. And I want you just to write every single thing that's going on in your head. He said, oh, you'll be here for an hour or 2. I said, fine, that's cool. Just do it. So he did. And to his credit, within 10 minutes, he got it all out from his head, all the shit that he was overthinking about on paper. He took a deep breath. And he said, wow, I feel better already. Now, that's not even the next step to do something about some of the stuff that's overwhelming. A lot of it you can just piss off because it's not that important. You're just overanalyzing it in your head. The other stuff, yeah, you need to move on, you need to act. But the purpose of this message is to give you the number one thing that you can do when you're overthinking, and that's to write it out. Have the discipline, have the consciousness, have the intelligence, have the courage to stop, to sit, to grab a pen and paper, and to write. Whatever's going on, whether it's professionally, whether it's personally, whether it's within your money situation, whether it's within your business or your career or your job or your marriage or your kids' life or your friendships or your business associates or your health, whatever area of your life that you're overthinking, and it's usually multiple, because the human brain has a great capacity to focus on 1, 2, or 3 things very well. But once we go over that 3 mark, you might have heard 1, 2, 3 too many, something I live by. And I know when I'm overthinking, I know when Mikey, my client back then, was overthinking, he wasn't focusing on 1, 2, or 3. Well, I'm not focusing on 1, 2, 3. We're focusing on many. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who the fuck knows? So many. So, the number one thing you can do when you're overthinking, maybe you're going through some struggle now with just overthinking everything. Sit with yourself. Take a couple of deep breaths and just write it out. All will be okay, and trust that you'll figure it out. Trust that the overthinking is part of the journey, but we can get better. We can have more tools. This is a great tool for you. A capture list. Capture it on a piece of paper. Then you can look at it with fresh eyes. You may need to come back to it an hour or overnight, but then you can look at it in fresh eyes, because by getting it out of our head and down onto paper, it takes away some of the power of us overthinking. Our brain's a phenomenal organ, a phenomenal machine, but it can, and I'm sure you're aware of this, it can lead us down the track of overthinking, overwhelmed, stressed out, fearful, all those not so fun things at times. So that's my tip to you. Number one thing for you to do when you're overthinking, write it out, get it out of your head. Let me know how you go with it. Appreciate it. Let me do some shout outs here. Hey, Lachlan, thanks for jumping on. Daphne, and Kay. Thanks, guys, for joining. Comment below if you want some extra tools on how to combat overthinking. Make sure that you PM me. I'm here to help. I truly am, and this is what I do. This is my mission to serve, and I love it. So hopefully this has found some value. It's hit some spots for you, and you can, debunk the overthinking myth and just boom, write it out, and you're good to go there. Comment below, like and share this video. I'd really appreciate it. Until I'm back on and I'm chatting about something else, hopefully valuable to you. It's your time to step into your strength and to be the best man you can be.